Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. In the last episode, we took on the next section of the Temple of the Ocean King. And in this episode, well, we have a lot of side questy things to do now that we've unlocked the next map, or at least a symbol in the middle of the water. We have a few things to take care of for the plot, and a few things to take care of for side questy stuff, as well as the beginning of a whole bunch of side questy stuff that we're going to kind of do in an extra video next time. Also, something to keep in mind during this episode, I have been the victim of a terrible, terrible cold lately, which I've just recovered from. This is the first episode I've tried recording since then. So we'll see how well my throat works up. Also, I don't have enough money for that courage gem yet. I am going to get that courage gem, but I actually need to go get some funds first. So we're going to go ahead and start some of the side questy stuff by noticing that something is unlocked recently. That is the treasure teller. So what you need to do basically is you can sell your treasures here. Treasures in this game have pretty much no purpose as far as I'm aware of outside of selling them for money. So otherwise you kind of trade them with your friends and trade your bad treasures for your other friends' good treasures because depending, every time the game randomizes which treasures are kind of bad, which ones are good, so your bad treasures might actually be worth like thousands of rupees in someone else's game. So, I mean, there's some certain ones like the Regal Ring, which are always going to be 1,500 rupees, but right now, basically from the practice file I've done before, you can either sell your ship parts or your treasure, by the way. Just out of curiosity, you can sell your, say, your artistic cannon. He'll react and he'll be like, oh. Well, apparently the artistic cannon's worth 1,500 rupees, guys. Noted. If I ever am hard-pressed for money, I will sell that cannon, or if I ever get a second one, I certainly will sell it, so. Well, that was a fun find, but if we say go to the hut, we have the Peaceful Bridge, it'll sell for something different. It'll sell for, that's a common one, so 150 rupees. So you can bring in your parts and you'll learn, you know, which parts are better, which ones, you know, will sell more, which ones won't. For example, we have the Goron Amber. I'm just going to go ahead and go through all the treasures we have. That's just 50 rupees, so that one's pretty much worthless in my game. Ruto Crowns, I believe, are also pretty decently worthless. Yep, 50 rupees only. Helmrock Plumes are going to be worth another 50 rupees. So like I said, most of the treasures will be kind of worthless, essentially. But we all have a couple of decent ones. These are all worth 50, so these are all the common ones. That being said, I have 3 pearl necklaces, and these ones are worth 800 rupees a piece. So I'm going to sell all 3 of them, the ones I have right now, for 2,400 rupees, and that will be enough to afford everything I'm going to need to afford in this episode. Or, well, actually, it won't quite be enough to afford everything I want to afford, will it? I'm going to be a little bit short, actually, so I'm going to need to actually make a tiny bit more money, because I'm going to need about, I want to say, like, 2,600 maybe? So I guess I'm going to sell these other ones as well. We're just going to go ahead and just empty out all of our treasures today, because I'm going to need them, actually. Go figure. So hopefully I'm not going to need these treasures for anything else, because right now, I'm going to pretty much be bankrupting myself, guys. So, because I need 1,500, 2,000. Yeah, I'm gonna need about, yeah, roughly, you know, I'm gonna need to sell everything pretty much, because I'm gonna need all this money to buy everything I'm gonna need to buy in this episode, so we're selling everything, guys. I mean, if I ever need money for some reason, well, I have a ship part that's worth 1,500, which I suppose I'd rather keep and use to potentially get extra hearts, though, so I'm not gonna sell that off now. That could potentially be useful, but I've sold off every single treasure now. I am now treasureless, but I've made 2,700 rupees. We're actually going to need every single one of those today. Starting with the shop over here that I showed before. We are going to need this shop to buy the courage gem over here, because we're going to want to start, we're basically going to want to empty out all of the stuff we can buy from here. So 500 rupees for this. And that is, oh, not a courage gem, these are power gems. What am I talking about? The power gem is here. Clearly the cold is taking a toll on my mind, for I have forgotten what the color red is. It happens sometimes, you know, sometimes you get sick, sometimes you forget colors. It's a little strange. We're also gonna head over here though, because we have yet another power gem we can get if we go talk to Oshus. I'm not sure if the game gives you much indication whether or not you're supposed to go talk to him, but if you go talk to him, you will indeed get the, just talk to him, he'll be like, "You've rescued the Spirit of Wisdom! Yeah, congratulations, and I found this in my storehouse, so you can have it." We're going to want to get as many power gems as we can, because we'll get to about 8 power gems before the next dungeon, and we'll get 2 more in there, and then we'll actually reach 10 spirit gems, and that will allow us to gain access to our first fairy's power, which, hey, any free power boost is fine with me. The other thing we're going to be dealing with soon, though, is going to be treasure maps. We're going to get a hint before the next dungeon as to where this one is, but we're going to pick it up now. We're just going to pick up all the treasures, even though the game hasn't quite hinted where they are yet, just to take care of them all as much as possible. There's a treasure map buried right there. You will eventually get hints throughout the game that'll tell you these obscure locations. Like I said, I'm just picking them up now because, really, it's just easier to get them all done in one episode. So I'm going to be picking up a lot of treasure maps today, and I'm going to be doing the treasure maps next time. I'm going to avoid that mailbox because I hear there's a little secret with that mailbox, and I want to test out a theory with it. So we'll deal with the mailbox later. But does our ship have a salvage arm? That's where we need for the treasure maps. That's what we're going to need for that treasure there at the bottom of the sea that's marked on the map. So we need to get ourselves a salvage arm from Edo. That being said, if you talk to this guy and you lie to his face blatantly, do we have a salvage arm? We do! Yeah! So, he'll actually be like, he'll mention that he has a treasure map that you can sell for 50 rubies. So, once again, more purchases. We got ourselves a second treasure map. We're going to be getting a lot of treasure maps today. Believe me, we're going to get a lot of them. And then, like I said, basically next episode's going to be one of those extra bonus episodes where I'm going to go do every single treasure map we've collected. But I'm going to do that in a separate video because otherwise it'll be like a half hour of basically doing that, and it's not the most exciting thing in the world. So we found a secret mark, and it'll open up a sun key, and we'll get the key later, but we need a thing, basically need to go get the salvage arm to deal with that. So let's head to Edo, because I forget if he says anything if you head to that spot. Let's quickly go to the spot and see. Also, I will do some fishing potentially if I'm ever near some fish, but I need to pick up the big lure first. But you'll notice something on our map, and that is the mast ship. I've specifically played today between you want to either go between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. so between 10 p.m. and midnight on weekday night. Or weekend mornings, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., so 10 a.m. to noon on weekends. So, late night on weekdays, early morning on weekends. And in that case, Beetle will be replaced with a mast ship, and it'll have a slightly different inventory, including a heart container, which we are now going to purchase. So, yeah, you're clearly not Beetle. And he close up shop, liquidation sales, I mean, like, anything's, like, cheaper. Nope, it's still 1,500 rupees. And that's why I sold everything. Because we need a heart container, and it's 1,500 rupees. But we now have an entire extra heart, so go us. And then we'll also pick up the courage gem while we're here. And because we got a wisdom gem from, basically the way it works is, shops, just general shops around the island will have a power gem for 500 rupees. Beano will have a wisdom gem for 500 rupees, and the masked man will have a courage gem for 500 rupees. So with that, we're pretty much poor. We're actually going to need this remaining 200 rupees to pick up the salvage arm. I could buy a wood handrail, but like I said, I'm going to need the money for the salvage arm, so in that case, we're going to go ahead and we'll be buying ship parts from Beetle and whatnot later in the game. For now, we're going to go ahead and we need the money for the salvage arm, though. So now that we've picked up all these major purchases, we've done a lot of the big purchases we actually are going to need for the for a lot of the game. So we'll be able to start affording, basically use the treasures to get money, and use the money to basically make, so as you can see, nothing's here, by the way. We're going to need to, he doesn't even mention anything, you just have to go get the salvage arm from Cannon Island. So, to Cannon Island we go! But as I was saying, basically, I mean, instead of trading your treasures for ship parts, like in, for parts, like in Spirit Tracks, we basically just sell them and use the money to buy these parts from Beetle, potentially. So, we'll see if he ever sells anything cool, like the golden pieces, or if we just happen to get golden pieces from other things. Or what, well, basically, we'll try to, I'm going to try and make as powerful a ship as possible without being too crazy out of the way. So, we'll see how it goes for now. Once again, going to try to avoid this mailbox if I can. Okay, I did. Because I think if you actually avoid reading the mail until after you get the salvage arm, because basically the mailbox is going to be like, hey, go to Edo's garage, we have a salvage arm for sale. But if you buy one first, I think you actually get a hidden treasure. So I want to confirm this beforehand. I actually haven't tested this out, it's very exciting. I guess we should talk to Bareface Man over here, just because he's weird. Good to see you, he has a salvage arm! Yeah, go us. Well, we already know that. The guy already kind of mentioned the guy on Murkay Island. So it's finally complete. What is that, Professor Egad? Or Professor Egad wannabe, I suppose. So yeah, we want to buy your salvage arm as well. Nope, I didn't get a single letter because I am a cheater. So yeah, I'm a fan of your work. But this time, in order to get it, you have to show how much you... Oh god, I have to shout with a cold? Really? You're gonna make me do this game. You're gonna make me show... Oh god. Okay, well... Give me the salvage arm, you douche nozzle! Blah blah blah! Really? Really? That... Okay, let's see if I can do it even louder now. Basically, especially with 3DS mic, it doesn't work very well, so let's see what Yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep screaming randomly into my mic until this actually works. So, give me a second here. We're gonna try we're gonna try crapping loudly. Yes, we're gonna try clapping loudly. Okay, go! Come on, pick up the mic. I still can't afford that. I spent too much money today. Deal, I don't have the money. How do I make you work, game? Oh my god. This is the end of the world. This is the end of the game. We're never gonna win ever again. We're just done. We're donezo. Come on, give me... okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go farm another 100 rupees for this little douchebag. Because, you know what? I don't even care. I'm not even mad. I don't like you, Mr. Guy. You smell funny. Alright, so I just went and farmed 20 rupees, or red rupees, off of the, like, moblin things, or the little imp things in the Isle of Gust. So maybe now I can actually clap and get 300 rupees and actually deal with this. Because this guy, I cannot get him to give me a... Yeah, my voice, how about my hands? Ready? Clap, 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 clap. I swear to God, if he gives me 150 rupees now, I'm gonna just hate everything. God damn it! No! Give me... I don't like you, egad wannabe! Alright, one more try. There we go! That's 300 rupees, that's good enough for me, you douchebag! You can get it for like 150 or even 50 rupees. But I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how to get this game to recognize that, because it does not for me. Maybe it's because I'm playing on a 3DS, but I don't really have a damn choice in that matter. So, you know what? This game can just go... whatever. I have a salvage arm now, so we're actually going to go check the mail now, because I think now that I have a salvage arm ahead of getting this mail, it's actually going to give me a reward for it. Because otherwise, it'll say something along the lines of, like, oh, we have salvage arms for sale now. Come to Addo's Island or come to Cannon Island to see this. But because you read this, you actually get a thank you thing, and you actually get a ship part for it. So by avoiding reading that mail and waiting until after you get a salvage arm, you get yourself a free ship part. So the more you know. Oh my god, I spent the past 8 minutes just clapping and yelling and screaming, and everyone probably thinks I've gone insane. Then again, I probably have. Okay, between this and the whole, like, closing your 3DS and whatnot, oh my god, this game is so overly stupidly gimmicky. I'm sorry, but when you are forced to scream like a freaking moron, when would you be able to do that if you're in public? You'd have to put the game down. It's really dumb. Really, really, really dumb. I'm sorry, but it's dumb. Alright, we have a few more things I'm going to do in this episode quickly. We're gonna go ahead to the Isle of Ember quickly because there's a couple. There's actually a gem we can get there, and a couple more treasure maps that we shouldn't technically be able to know how to get yet. But like I said, next episode we'll be doing all the Salvage Arm stuff, so we're gonna deal with it then. We're also gonna go ahead and get the main Salvage Arm thing, our first Salvage Arm, taken care of. Visit the ship there on this part of the map, and go to Bannon Island and deal with the whole fishing quest. So I'm gonna take care of all of those things quickly. I should have a lot to cut out, so I think footage, with the amount of time I have, I should be okay. Holy crap, this is the worst episode to come back to on a cold. Anyway, head to, what's the fortune teller's name? I don't even remember any. Astrid, there we go. To get your fortune taken, and, you'll actually get yourself... I was on the other side of that counter before. Astrid! How did you teleport me? But you'll actually... But for taking your fortune, you'll actually get yourself a gem for it. Because we rescued the Spirit of Wisdom, and we thus get a Wisdom gem. So we'll come back here when we get the Spirit of Courage. We'll actually get a Courage gem from that as well. So, not too bad. So, we'll retrieve the key from the seabed, and blah. She's basically just telling us to go get the key from the seabed. Well, we have a salvage arm now, so we can do just that. That being said, there's actually a bunch of things we can... Oh, God. I'm probably going to get a 100 rupee thing in here, and I'm going to cry. Okay, it's just a 20 rupee thing. This spot right here you can actually dig up, if you remember correctly, and there's actually a treasure map in this one. So, get ourselves another treasure map to take care of in Treasure Map episode. Coming to you, next time. Because I'm going to have the bonus episode with all these treasure map things. We're going to get a lot of cool stuff, though, from doing all these treasure maps, so it's definitely worthwhile to go ahead and do this for now. We'll be able to hopefully get a decent power boost. That being said, there is one more treasure map we actually can get. You want to head to the Temple of Fire over here, and from there we can actually... Well, first of all, this door is still closed. How dare you, door? Oh, you're a guy. You know what? I don't even want to fight anything. I don't even want to deal... I'll fight you, because you're mean. There, you're dead now. So are you. So are you. And so are you! Okay. So now we have the hard ones. You know what? I don't care about you ones. You guys can live and continue to make your brood of weaker blue spiders or something. You're in the way. You go away. Bye! So slowly... We are so poor right now. So poor. Anyway, this patch of grass right here. You dig that up, there's actually a treasure map under that as well. So... Not sure when we're going to get these hints to get these treasure maps, but this one we can't actually get access to anyway, funnily enough. That one's actually, you have to go all the way around to the last area of the game, or the last sea chart of the game, before we'll be able to access that one, because that's the only way we can get back there, is, because the island will block it off. We won't actually be able to get there, so... Unfortunately, that treasure map is something we're not going to be able to get until very much later in the game. But we have it now, and that's all that matters. So, we're going to head out. Before we take on the Salvage Arm thing, we're going to go ahead and... by the way, now that we have the Salvage Arm, I'm going to just skip this. You'll actually see when we head down here that we actually do have a salvage option. Oh, I accidentally pressed it. Well, I guess we're going to learn how to do the Salvage Arm now! Basically, there's a way to just fail if you do that. But basically, the way the Salvage Arm works, that little thing in the bottom, you push down and up to make it go down or up. And you slide left or right to make it move left or right. So it's basically touchscreen controlled, and it's kinda has weird momentum, and you have to dodge mines, because if you get damaged, you're gonna have to pay money, basically. Because every time you damage the Salvage Arm, you're gonna have to go back to, the ship part guy, in Murkay Island, and pay him to replace it, or to fix it. So... In other words, we don't want to basically ruin our Salvage Arm yet because I don't have the money to fix it right now. Yay! But luckily they'll be easy. The first map, or any map that doesn't have a treasure with it, will actually be really easy, and you'll get a miss, and you'll just kind of fail. So that's what happens when you do it in a spot that doesn't have a treasure. Let's go ahead and actually we're not gonna do that quite yet. We're gonna go ahead to our menu and use a slate, and we're gonna deal with the one over on the left side of this area first. We're gonna head to that ship down there, because there's actually something you can do. I almost want to say daily with this ship, but there is something you can actually do with the ship down there, and I just want to show off what happens if you head back to the ship. So, the one over here, I guess I'm going to speed this footage up because, yeah, why not? Alright, so we're here at the ship. So if you board it, he'll once again be... Wow, my voice just squeaks so badly right there. Anyway, if you board it, you'll still be bombarded by these guys. You can't really talk to him or do anything until you kill everything, so... Just kill all the enemies again, and this time he'll just, every time you come back here, you can actually go ahead and get a bunch more treasures for free every time you do that. So basically free money. So, by rescuing him again, or apparently he overslept, so he's been picking up treasures for us this entire time, so if you actually head back to him, you'll be able to get, you know, a lot of things. Granted, they won't be anything rare, probably, but we'll get a bunch of the things that are worth 50 rupees at least. So, yeah, you'll get like 3 things, I think. Or I'm not sure exactly how it works, but you basically can go back here and get extra treasures. I wanted to come back here and stop here quickly, just in case my salvage arm breaks during the next during the bonus episode. I want to have some sort of source of income, basically, and I want to show off that that's possible. Not really worth it because you'd probably get like maybe 150 rupees a time, but it's still something. So before we head to the salvage arm point and deal with that, we're gonna quickly head to Bannon Island and get what we needed to get from that. So, because there's yet another treasure map, and there's also we're gonna go ahead and pick up the next thing for the fishing rod. I'm not gonna. That's a crappy route. I just want to head up here and just demonstrate that we can't get around this island. There is no way to get to that X. So, also all these fish are spawning so close to me, and I could easily get them, but there's no point until I go turn this in Bannon Island. So that's another reason why I want to do that now. I want to have that so I could potentially do some fishing during the bonus episode as well, and maybe possibly even advance that part even more. Because, you know, I'm about a third of the way now to getting that heart container. If I can speed up the process a little bit, get that heart container early, get the fishing quest out of the way earlier, all the better. So as you can see, this entire thing is just all rocks. There's absolutely no way to get past that until after you get around the map, basically, and approach it from the right side. So that treasure is going to be inaccessible for quite some time, but that's okay. For now, we're going to go ahead and head to Bannon Island and take care of what we need to take care of here. And then we'll go do some salvage arming, and then we will be able to end... oops, I cut your sound down, mister. Also, there is that minigame on Bannon Island. That's going to happen not in the extra episode, but in the episode after. So I'm not going to deal with that now. I'm going to deal with that next time. So first of all, there is a treasure... Okay, it's a little way for his house. Yeah, cool. There is actually a treasure we can get, or a treasure map we can get. I'm sure we'll get a hint of this at some point, but for now, dig left of the sign. You'll get yourself another treasure map there. I'm just gonna kind of skip ahead a little bit, just for the sake of getting as many treasure maps done in a sort of optional episode as I can, just so we're not taking up, you know, actual real episode time, I suppose. But anyway, we hauled in a Luvar, I believe it's called. So, a manly expression, we have a Luvar, and we'll be able to get something from the old man for doing that. So, we've impressed the old fisherman, and he will reward us with a thing. The big catch lure. We'll be able to get bigger fish using this lure, and this will be able to basically allow us to catch a new type of fish. So once we catch that type of fish, we come and bring it to him. And that will unlock the final fish. And from there, once we give him that final fish, we will be able to get the heart container, and all will be well. So the last thing we're going to do in this sort of side questy, sort of not side questy, sort of rage-inducing, sort of not rage-inducing episode is we're going to go ahead and dig up the actual sun key, because the important salvage I do want to show in the not optional episode. Because any episode that I basically title A, so this will be like 12A, or I forget exactly which, I think 12A I want to say. So that will be, shoot, what's the symbol for this? It's, darn, I don't remember the symbol. What is the symbol to get back here? It is that. Okay, so if you ever forget, you can just kind of do that. That game was very unsure whether or not that one counted, but apparently it did. So we have 4 things we can get on this map for the salvage arm. We have 6 we can get on this map, so 10 things to salvage total. But for now, we head over here, and I actually want to fix the route here. I want to make sure I'm right in the center of that, because the salvage arm can sometimes be a little bit picky. So keep that in mind. So we'll have 10 different things to salvage next time. Potentially some fishing as well, depending on my mood. So we'll be taking care of that next time. But we're going to quickly do this one salvage and call it an episode, I think. And then, I forgot to jump. But no, then we're going to take care of a bunch of salvaging in the optional episode, and then we'll take care of the other side quest on Bannon Island, and then advance the plot. Actually get to the next dungeon in the next actual episode, so there's that as well. I didn't mean to pull my map up, but as you can see the map, we're pretty much where we need to be. Oh, well, thank you for, we made it where the crest is. A bunch of sea, but maybe there's something below at the bottom of the sea, because I'm not, okay? Good, hey, you're a thing. Whatever. I'm not gonna waste time with you, because I could sit here for hours getting money off that thing, but I don't intend to. So this one's gonna be a bit more difficult, because, we're gonna, oh god. as you can see, you can also make some money as well. It's kind of like a little bit of a minigame that will let you get the money to basically replace the salvage arm when you break it. Ironically enough, you'll pretty much make the funds that you need to do it, but you can see it's a bit more longer, a bit more complicated moving octo bombs, they're called. It's not really worth taking the hit to get that thing, so slowly but surely. And as you can see at the bottom is a treasure chest, so it's a bit more complicated. You have to dodge like rocks and a lot more mines when there's actually a treasure involved. But do I want to go for the 20 rupees? I really don't. I'm not going to. But as you can see, you also have to make the you also have to bring the treasure chest up at the same time. So also watch out, because the Octoroks that move will also blow your arm around like that, and it will make it a bit more. It'll rock it about a bit. Could knock you into another mine, so on and so forth. So, oop, careful. I'm sure we'll show plenty of wrecking my salvage arm next episode, but for now we're good. I'm trying to be as good as possible here, because A, I'll make a mistake at some point, and B, those mistakes cost rupees, and I am not okay, because there's no way to fix your salvage arm besides repairing it. You have to spend money to fix it. You won't just go back and it won't respawn when you head to an island or when you do a different salvage. No, that health is like, if it goes away, you have to spend money to repair it to fix it. Anyways, we got the sun key, same as that door we saw in Melita Island, so that's where we're going to need to go to head to the next dungeon. As we could probably suspect, I mean, we did see a very dungeony sort of thing on the map there. But, that's why we had to draw that sun, because we had to remember this. But we'll deal with that next episode. For now, this is LuckySevenDX signing out. I'm going to put an extra episode up of me getting all 10 of these salvage arms and showing all the different things we can get in this treasure map, but I'm going to put that in a separate video. And then next episode, we're going to deal with a side quest on Bannon Island, and then head to Melinda Island, and head to the next dungeon, actually. We're going to get all the way to the next dungeon next time, so that's going to be very exciting. So, this is LuckySevenDX signing out. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.